Hello, artists. Hello, my art friends. It's Kelly Folsom here, and I want to welcome you back to another Art Life Conversations podcast. I believe we are in episode number 24, and it's December. So happy holidays to everybody. Today, this is going to be perhaps one of the most valuable podcasts that I have ever done for you. So listen up, and be sure to save this podcast to listen to or to share with somebody who might need this. So today's topic, we are going to be talking about selling your artwork online. Okay, so I am here today to try to help those of you who want to start selling more of your paintings or more of your art online. If you are not interested in selling your art online, then this podcast is not for you. And you can turn it off. Okay, but let's dive into this because I don't, if you're new to me, if you don't know who I am, I started learning how to sell my own artwork online back in the fall of 2017. Since then, I have taken so many courses, classes, worked with business coaches over the last, how many years is that? 4 years now? 3 to 4 years. And I have tested so many different things. And let me tell you, I have taken in so much information, a lot of which really was not all that necessary and not all that practical or applicable, I felt, once testing it out when it came to actually selling more paintings online. So that's what I want to talk to you about today is the basics of how to get started selling your artwork online and actually making money from making painting sales, okay? And there's no better time for me to be talking about this than in December because December is such a great month for artists to be able to sell their artwork, especially online, both in person and online. But today we're just talking about online sales. So over the last 4 years, I've been able to really hone my technique for selling paintings online. To where I can sell paintings predictably, consistently, and I can actually make a decent income from just my painting sales, not including my teaching income or anything else, right? So last year, and I'm sharing this with you because if you can't see it, you can't be it, right? As the saying goes. So I'm not sharing this information to brag to you, but just to share with you, like, this is what's possible if you use these techniques. So last year in total for the whole year, I was able to sell $75,000 worth of painting sales only online, not in person, only online. These were all sales that were processed through my website, directly through my website. This didn't include about another $10,000, which came through my in-person studio sales and my PayPal sales, because PayPal at the time was not ran through my website. Okay, but $75,000 worth of sales came directly through my website selling online. Okay, so that is what's possible. It is possible to sell your artwork online on a regular, consistent basis, all right? And obviously with online sales, there are seasons where you will be able to sell more or run more sales. And of course, from Thanksgiving to New Year's is the biggest time to do this. And then throughout other times of the year, it ebbs and flows. So January to March is usually much lower revenue. And then in the spring, it starts picking up again, with Mother's Day, and then the summer and fall. It can be some months can be really big months, and then other months can be kind of average, normal months. All right. So when I say consistent, I don't mean like you're going to sell the exact same amount of painting sales every single month. I think art buying is still very cyclical. Even sales in general is cyclical, right? So even online. Okay, but when you utilize online, you are really able to reach your audience any time of the year. It doesn't have to be a special buying season. It could be any time of the year, either through social media and hopefully through your email list. Hopefully you are building your email newsletter list so that you can get in contact with your potential collectors and current collectors on a regular basis. Okay, so I want to give you 3 things today that works whenever that you want to make sure that you're doing and that makes online sales work. Okay, if you're not doing these 3 things, you are probably not selling as many paintings or artwork that you would like to be selling online. The first thing is limited time offers, okay? Limited time offers. This is freaking 2021, people. It is online. You're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, these different social media platforms. And this is what everybody's doing. Scrolling. Maybe not even paying that close of attention, maybe not looking that carefully or reading what you're writing in your captions. They are sitting on the couch in their PJs, having a glass of wine, winding down for the evening, and they are scrolling through Instagram, let's say, for example, okay? So we have to do something to get them to stop and pay attention, and also to help them to make a decision and take action more quickly. Okay, so that's why if you don't do it as a limited time offer, meaning if you don't have a specific start and end to your offer, whether that's a sale or maybe you're doing a special gift with purchase, something like that, if you don't have a specific deadline or timeline to it, people will just go, oh, okay, that'll be there next week. I don't have time to make that decision right now. I'm not ready to buy that yet. So that'll be there next week. Okay. So that's the first thing. You have to set up very specific limited time offers. And I found with online sales that the shorter, the better. My maximum amount of time for a sale is 4 days. Okay. So I usually run mine from Friday to Monday, and then the sale is over. Now you can run, especially this time of year, I run a sale every single weekend from Thanksgiving weekend through the new year, okay, through the end of the year. So this is the time of year where you really can run a sale back to back every single weekend. You can change the title, you can change the offer, change it if you're doing a discount, the discount amount, which I always discount for online sales because it really creates a sense of urgency and it gets people to make that decision in investing in your artwork. Okay. So there's obviously more I can say about this, and there's always a lot of fears and concerns and objections that come up around discounting artwork, running your sales. And so if you have those and you're not interested in selling your paintings online, again, this technique is not for you. Then this way of selling paintings is not for you, okay? But I am here to help the people who really need to learn how to make income from their artwork and need to use online resources to do that. Maybe you're not in a gallery, get a little drink here. Maybe you don't have gallery representation. Maybe you live in a region where, people just are not buying art. Maybe a rural community where there's not a lot of art selling opportunities. Those are the people that will really need this the most. And then if you're like me and you just want to sell your own work independently, independent from shows and galleries, then this is for you too. And that all of this information will help you so much. Okay, so limited time offer. Rule number 1, it has to be a limited time offer, whether that's a flash sale, maybe it's 24 hours, 48 hours. If you're really needing to get some income in, this is what I would recommend doing online. Again, it could be a special gift with purchase as well, something like that to make it like an irresistible, juicy offer that people are going to get excited about. Make it fun. If you're a fun person, make it fun. Make it mysterious, do something to capture people's attention online, because again, this is online. It's 2021. People are on social media. There's a lot of information, a lot of imagery. And so you have to capture their attention more than, somebody else capturing their attention, right? Like you want them to stop and pay attention to what you're doing and pay attention to your work. Okay. So this could be as simple as like having a really wonderful graphic that's announcing that you're having a sale. It could be as simple as your first line, is special announcement, exciting sale, or an engagement question, something like that on that first line to try to get them to stop. But the most important part here is limited time offers. And you want to send that to your email list and to your social media following. Okay, rule number 2, and this is the like biggest cardinal sin that I see people making, and that is make it easy for your customer to buy. And that's not always easy on our end, right? Like we really have to think through the steps. So go through the steps that your customer would have to take once they see, let's say, your Instagram post or your email or whatever it is. How many, clicks do they have to make in order to buy that painting, right? And if you're not telling them where to go, for example, on Instagram, you only get the one link, but they don't see that link in the news feed, right? In that section, all they see is your post and then your caption on the post. So if you're not telling them in your caption or on your image to go to your link in your profile bio in order to purchase the painting, then you're also missing out on a sale, right? Because you're not telling them what to do. So you just want to make it super easy for them to buy. You don't want to confuse your buyer. You don't want to make them do a lot of the work. Like all this stuff like that says available, contact me if you're interested. You're missing out on sales whenever you do those things. Just period. Sorry, that's just the truth of it. So if you're afraid to put a price on your painting, if you're afraid to put a link and say, click here to buy, you are going to be missing out on sales. All right. Now, this doesn't mean that every single post that you make on social media is a click here to buy post. Okay. Common sense. All right, people. Balance it, right? Because that's the other thing I will often hear is like, well, I'm afraid to put a price or afraid to put a link because the algorithm will not show me in the newsfeed, and that's just simply not true. Okay, but obviously you want to use common sense and make sure that you are also making exciting, engaging posts. And guess what? A sale post can be an exciting, engaging community type of post. You just have to, put some thought and effort into it. But the point here is make it easy on your buyer. Don't make them do so much work. Don't put the work off on them. You do the work. As the business owner, you do the work so that they can easily make that decision and easily buy your painting or easily buy your art. Okay, so you really have to look at like what are the steps that your customer has to take in order to buy that thing. If there's anything in the way there, if there's any obstacle, if there's any block, if it requires them to get out of their comfort zone too much, guess what? You're probably going to lose the sale because not every customer is going to put in that level of effort, especially online, because we're all like bombarded with all of this information and all of this stuff. And it's really easy to move on from like, oh, that was a really nice, pretty post. Okay, remember that Kelly's having a sale. Oh, what's this down here? Oh, what's that? So it's super easy to lose people, right? So that's why it's so, so important. And this ties into my next number 3. Make sure you're doing this. This is number 3. Communicate clearly, straightforward, clearly. Do not put in a bunch of unnecessary information or information that your customer is not going to care about. So you need to communicate very, very clearly. And the way I say this is like, don't assume anything. Don't assume that the person who's looking at your post or your email understands anything about you, about your paintings, about what you're doing. Because I've had artists who have said to me in my Double Your Painting Sales course, they've said, oh, well, I just assumed that people would know that my paintings are for sale, and that, then they're going to go to my link in bio, then go to my website, speaking of Instagram in particular here. And you can't assume that. They don't know. What if somebody just stumbled upon your work and they have no clue who you are? Maybe they even don't know that many artists, but somehow they have stumbled upon your work and like, oh, this is cool, what this person is doing. They don't know if you're doing it just as entertainment for yourself, as a hobby. They don't know if you're in business or not. So you can't assume anything. You have to communicate as if like you're speaking to an alien from an outer planet, from another planet who has never been to Earth, right? Who doesn't understand anything. So basically what this looks like in reality is just being very matter of fact, very clear in your communication. Hey everybody, I'm having a big painting sale right now. All of my paintings are 25% off from now until Monday, December 1st at midnight. Go to my link in bio go to my link in bio to shop the sale. That is like a very straightforward post. You're telling them you're telling them that you're having a limited time offer, when it ends, so they know like when they have to take action by, and you're telling them the next step that they need to take, right, in order to buy one of your paintings. All right. Now, if you want to throw in extra information like why this is such a great, offer, how your work is so special, or an engagement kind of question for them to get people to stop and reply onto your post. All of that stuff is extra stuff, and it's all good, but just make sure that you don't leave out any of the steps, that will make it easy for them to buy, and communicate that your painting is for sale. Here's how much it is. Here's how you can buy it. It's really as simple as that. Here's the painting for sale. Here's how much it is. Here's what you need to do next in order to buy it. Okay, so communicating super clearly. If you leave out any of those 3 things, you're going to the buyer's going to be confused, the collector is going to be confused and not really know what to do next. So you have to help them, right? Like you have to lead them. That's your job. As the business owner, as a salesperson, you have to guide them and tell them what to do. Don't leave it to them to try to figure it out, because they most likely won't put in the effort to figure it out. Okay. So limited, just to recap, limited time offers is what works in 2021 with online sales, online specifically. Okay. You have to get them to stop. Limited time offers. Make it easy for them to purchase your painting. The easier, the better. If they can go click one link, go from your post or to your email, click one link, and then go to where the painting is and buy it, you're in great shape. All right. If you send them just to like your homepage, right? And you have like a ton of paintings on there, and maybe all the paintings are not included in the sale, then they have to really hunt and try to find that painting. You've probably lost them there too. So you want to make the pathway as direct and as simple as possible. Okay, and then number 3, communicate clearly and simply. Make sure that you communicate that your work is available for sale. Here's how much it is, and here is what you need to do next in order to buy it. Okay, so make sure those 3 things are included on your communication at minimum. So what I see most often is that people will leave out the price, or they won't. Most often it's that they won't tell the buyer, for example, on a social media post, what to do next, like where to access the link, especially on Instagram, because they can't click a link in your copy like they can on Facebook, right? So on Instagram, you have to tell them where to go in order to access that link. They also can't copy and paste that link either. So I've seen some people saying copy and paste, most likely nobody's going to do that. But if you tell them click my profile, go to my link in bio, then they'll know exactly what to do, and that's much easier for them. Okay, everybody, I hope that this has been helpful to you. For those of you who are desiring more financial success as an artist, desiring to sell more paintings specifically online, I hope that this has been of tremendous value and service to you, and I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and much, much prosperity and financial success to you, so that we break out of this starving artist myth and we don't have any more starving artists. Okay? All right, everybody, I will see you on the next podcast. Until then, happy painting. Bye.